Go.
Fáilte, and happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody in Ottawa. May I say a particular good evening to the Ambassador and ladies and gentlemen of the Ottawa Roche Centre, and to all of the representatives and volunteers of the Ottawa Valley Aid for Chernobyl Children. And good luck to all the beautiful young ladies that are competing tonight to represent Ottawa at the Rose of Tralee in August, and I look forward to seeing the lucky girl. And my name is Roche. I am the founder and CEO of Chernobyl Children International, and I'm joining you remotely from the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. And welcome to this very special evening on St. Patrick's Night, a day celebrated by the Irish diaspora all over the world. And tonight, in that spirit of Irish hospitality and generosity, you are reaching out to families and communities that are in need. That would be to families and communities in Ottawa through the food bank, and most importantly, showing your global responsibility, reaching out beyond Canadian shores to the Chernobyl-stricken regions. And I'm speaking to you tonight because of the very plight of innocent, fragile and vulnerable children who suffer unnecessarily, and to see what we can together, Canada and Ireland together, alleviate that suffering. Now, the massive amounts of radioactivity that were released after the disaster did contaminate huge tracts of the globe itself, but primarily it affected three regions: Belarus, Western Russia and Northern Ukraine. And children are most particularly affected, and because of the insidious nature of radioactive contamination, it can and does actually pass from one generation to another, and it's these effects that we see in our daily lives. Now, unfortunately, like many disasters, they come and go on our television screens, and out of sight, out of mind. And indeed, Chernobyl has been relegated to the history books because it is hard to keep a tragic story alive, for 27 years. And this is kind of one of our ongoing challenges. But you know something, this is not remote for those who have to live with it each and every day, sleeping, eating and drinking in the world's most radioactive environment. It is an unfolding tragedy for them. And our work in our charities emphasises doing something. And that's what translates into the understanding that the power of our love can move mountains. And so tonight in Ottawa, you are reaching out from the heart to the heartland of Chernobyl. You are reaching out in that beautiful spirit of solidarity, of friendship, and you are saying, no, you are not alone, you are not forgotten, you are part of the same human family. Citizens of Canada, you have such a proud track record internationally of reaching beyond your shores to those who suffer throughout the planet. And we in Ireland, over generations, have been the beneficiaries of that very generosity. And so again tonight, we are calling on that same big heart, that big nation, big spirit to the men and women of Canada, and ask you once more to be generous. Because together we can be magnificent and we can be extraordinary in the difference we can make. Our two organisations, we're about two things. We're about love and we are about hope. We are about triumph over adversity and that restoration of faith and confidence in ourselves. The restoration of that, showing the power of ordinary citizens to do extraordinary things, to have that strength and courage to be able to see a better world, basically. Because, while Chernobyl is definitely a terrible tale of woe, the story is very much also about that in spite of all of that darkness, that the human spirit of courage and bravery, that too is triumphant. And tonight we can do it. And there's a beautiful Irish proverb for you that know our language that says, "Is ar scá chéile a bharan nadina," which roughly translates that we live in the shadow of each other, that we are one community, we are one people, depending and leaning on each other, needing each other, so that we can truly be alive in harmony and in community. Because together I know that we believe this, that children are every nation's treasure and true wealth. They are, after all, our special investment in the future. And in their name, let us tonight, across the great divide of the Atlantic Ocean, let us together pledge to nurture and protect that future in the knowledge that nothing is more precious in life than life itself. And we join together with a united belief in the power of our love, our energy, our enthusiasm, and our fundamental belief that we can and do make a difference, reaching out and helping others, because we all together believe that it is our privilege to lend a helping hand. That's a real gift, because these children, they put their hopes and their hearts in our hands, and one by one, heartbeat by heartbeat, we try and make a miracle happen. And there is hope, and Ottawa, it's you. Gorv Mila Mila Mahagiv, Slán.